Grace and peace. I just wanted to say hi. I got my heart broke yesterday, and I guess I just wanted to talk about it. I hope my eyes aren't puffy or anything, but I was crying all yesterday. I took my glasses off. They made me look a little. I guess I could see my eyes a little too good, so I'm gonna back off of the camera, kind of like keep myself back here so you really can't see that much of my eyes. I don't know, they don't look, and then I'm gonna sit up. That's crazy. But anyway, like I said, I got my heart broken yesterday, and you're probably thinking that, oh, she dating? The man then broke her heart. No, them not the only. Your man is not the only person that can break your heart. You know, a friend can break your heart. Family can break your heart, and then you can break your own heart. So, you know, if a man breaks your heart, we already know how that goes. You know, I used to, in my mind, it was all his fault. It was never my fault. I had nothing to do with the whole situation. It was just him doing it to me, and he need to get his life together. But you know, when your heart is broken, two people are in that. You know, it's not that the other person is not feeling bad in that relationship. You know, especially if you care for each other. But let's switch over to friends. And then sometimes friends can break your heart because you think that they're supposed to act a certain way, and that's just not who they are. And sometimes we don't want to receive them as who they are. But if I'm your friend, I'm supposed to take you as you are. So yeah, friends can break your heart when you expect them to act a certain way. So set aside the expectations. Stop putting expectations on people, and then putting a weight on that expectation, the heaviness of the expectation, because people can't live up to our expectations. We always want something. We always need something. So then I'm going to go all the way to the end. So you can break your own heart, because expectations, you can expect somebody to act a certain way, or you can expect yourself to do it a certain way, and when you don't even measure up to your own expectations, you can break your own heart, because you're like, oh my gosh, I just keep making mistakes. And that's me sometimes. I'm always expecting to be the world's definition of perfect, and God never asked me to be that way, because the world's definition of being perfect is literally you can't make any mistakes. Like, you can't think the wrong things. You can't behave the wrong way. You can't slip up. You can't slip up and say the wrong thing. You can't slip up and wear the wrong thing. Or your hair you can never come outside in with a bad hair day. You know, it's just so much weight on not making any mistakes. And I find myself sometimes doing that. So I break my own heart in that, because God never asked for that. He just asked that my heart is perfect towards him. Like, this is how I see it. I'm not saying that this is the end all be all and this is how everybody should see it. No, this is just the way I see it for myself, is that when I mess up, apologize sincerely from the heart. Sincerely mean it. And don't do it again. Do your best not to do it again. You know, because I think about King David and that. Like, he literally messed up, but he sincerely apologized from the heart. And God said he was a man after his own heart. You're probably thinking, like, how does those two match up? I don't know, but that's how God said it. So I'm going with it. But this video is about family breaking your heart, and someone broke my heart yesterday. You know, caused it to ache all day yesterday, and it's aching a little bit today. And it's my niece, and I can remember seeing her born, and I just love this little girl. I love this little girl, you know. And yesterday, I was asked to do something. She asked me to take her to the airport, and I asked her, "Where are you going?" She said, "Oh, I'm going to Philadelphia, and I'm going with my dad." So, to make a long story short, because I don't want to be here all day, and y'all know I can get very, very long-winded, and I don't want to be long-winded, so I'm going to try to make this as quickly as possible. Needless to say, I took her to the airport, and I dropped her off. But come to find out, during the ride to the airport, that none of the information that she gave me the day before added up as we were going to the airport, as I was driving towards the airport. And so I dropped her off, and then I looked at her itinerary, and the itinerary said, it didn't say Philadelphia where she told me she was going. It said Fort Lauderdale. So I'm like, Tony, you did not do your due diligence. You are not a great auntie. So this is how you can break your own heart. So this is the part that I broke my own heart, is because I didn't ask enough questions. I didn't instinctively just say no. I didn't just turn around. I didn't do any of that. I dropped her off. And then I tried to call her, and it just went straight to voicemail. But this is something that she told me as I was driving her to the airport. She said, if you wouldn't have took me, I'd have went anyway. And that kind of made me, that was just like, wow. So I thought to myself, at least I know she got to the airport okay. This is how I saw it. But then it was still not right. I still should have said no. So I broke my own heart yesterday, and she broke my heart, because the deceit, the deceitfulness in how it happened, and how she explained it to me, and then how it didn't turn out to be that way. And then she just didn't care that she put me in that type of position. Just didn't care. And so I cried mostly all yesterday. On and off, on and off. I was at work doing my best not to cry. Oh, and that's a plus too. I'll talk about that later, being at work. But anyway, I was at work, and doing my best not to cry. And music is played in the place where I work. And so I had it on this certain playlist, and I had never heard these songs, because I leave it on the same playlist, right? And I never heard these certain songs. So literally, God is very intentional. He's not coincidental. Things are not coincidences. He's very intentional. So songs just start coming over the speaker that spoke to, like, her being covered, her being okay, even though I dropped her off, right? That's the part that really got to me for the rest of the day. I kind of was just like, oh, I know that maybe, she did what she did, but to bring it all full circle, my heart was hurt because of me. Yeah, she did a little bit of it, but my heart mostly was hurt because of me. And so I was sitting there listening to the songs, and it was just helping me, but not helping me, because when I get down and I start attacking myself, the enemy don't have to attack me at all. Like, I'm very good at attacking myself with no help from anybody else. And I would just continue and continue and continue. But I was doing my best not to. And people, like, I told my mom, I told my pastor's wife, I also talked to my niece's mom, and she was just like, you just gotta let her go, and then I talked to my sister, and so by the end of the day, I'm still feeling very not good. Just, I want to say horrible, because that's probably the best description of how I was feeling. Just horrible, and just beating myself up the entire day, even because I felt like I deserved it. I deserved to feel bad, because as an adult, why didn't it click, Tony? Like, what is wrong with you? And I remember my mom saying, like, she wouldn't have got that over on my older sister or my younger brother. And I was thinking to myself, like, what is wrong with you that could happen to you? And here's the thing, I don't want nobody feeling bad for me. I don't. Because I've already beat myself up enough. But towards the end of the day, after I got off of work and I went to where my niece was staying, and I spoke to the mother of the house, I got a little bit more information, and my other niece was saying that, she had been calling them all day. She just hasn't been picking up my telephone calls. And so it made my heart feel good that she had called somebody. Even though she didn't call a grown-up, she did call somebody. So it just made my heart feel good. And so I left there, and I called my sister, and she said to me, if God didn't want me to take her there, it wouldn't have happened. Now, we all know when God don't want us to do something, it just don't happen. When he don't want to give you something, you don't get it. And there's no going around it. Like, he just doesn't allow that. And I know that to be true. So I believe that the Lord is working something out in her and in me. He's working trust in me. And to completely trust him with me and my family. Just put him in his hands. Put myself in his hands fully, and put them in his hands fully. Because I remember listening to something, I believe Priscilla Shire said, so I don't know if I'm supposed to say that on here or whatever, but she said that God had asked her, like, if you are no longer here, whose hands will your family be in? Like, if you're no longer here, whose hands will your family be in? They're not going to be in your hands because you're not here. They're going to be in his hands. And I get that now. I thought I got it then, but I get it now. Way more than I did then when I heard it. Because I can't save them. I can't protect them. I can't heal them. I can't physically, shake them and make them, get it. I can't do that. Only God can. And so yesterday, I get it. I gotta literally put them in his hands and watch him be God in their life, like he's God in mine. So yesterday, I got my heart broken. It's still a little tender today. And the major part about it is that I broke my own heart, and it got a little broken by my niece, who I love so much. And that's really all I had to say today. Just be encouraged. Put if I could say anything from my day yesterday, just put you in God's hands. Put your family in God's hands. Put your friends in God's hands. Take the expectations off of your family, that they need to behave a certain way. They need to act a certain way because you act a certain way. They don't have to be you. Here's the thing, they can't be you. They are them. Take the heaviness off of it. Take the pressure off of them. Let them just be and let God do the work. Let God, because He's working in you. And so, if your heart has ever been broken, kind of pinpoint who broke it. Because if you broke your own heart, then you just got to allow God to help you not put them expectations on yourself and the pressure on yourself. And give people space. Give people space for grace. Give grace. Give mercy. Not just to them, but to yourself. And I'm learning that I got to give grace to myself too. And if you feel like you ever had that type of experience, I would love that you share it with me. I would love to hear about it. Subscribe and comment and hit the notification button, and I would love to talk with you. I would love to pray with you. You pray with me. But that was it. I love you guys to life. Have a good day.